All right. Sven, can you hear me? Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, first of all, thank you everyone for being here. And yeah, welcome to the live demo for the SET Network online platform by InnoLoft. So my name is Alex Kripko, and I'm a senior expert at the German Energy Agency, working specifically on the startup energy transition project for, since day one, basically. And as you can see, I'm joined here by Sven Peach, and he's the CEO of InnoLoft, and I will let you speak later, very shortly. And yeah, and he's going to basically give you the demo about the new SET network platform that we have. Now, before we begin, just some housekeeping guidelines and rules. We will have a Q&A at the end if there are any questions. And then in that case, please send them directly in the chat box to myself, Alex Kripko. For technical support, please send questions to Tahar Kehrid, also in the chat room as well. And then lastly, if you wish so, or if you haven't done so, you can use the QR code here to access the actual platform, or alternatively, you can go on our website, startupenergytransition.com, and log in or register there. So, yeah, there we go. So before I let Sven take over, I just wanted to give a little bit of background on SET. What we do, and I mean why we're here today and why we're doing a basically online platform for you guys. So essentially, SET is a global innovation platform that's been running now for 4 years. And we run it, so the German Energy Agency runs it together with the World Energy Council. So the main mission of what we do is to support startups, energy startups from all around the world, to highlight their innovations, and I mean ultimately scale them, bring them to market by introducing them to corporates, investors, partners, and also government entities, so that we ultimately, you know, have an impact on sustainability and climate change, or reversing climate change for that matter. So the SET project is actually made up of I would say 3 pillars. So the first one we have is the annual SET Award, which some of you might know about. And so this has been running for 4 years. Startups compete across 5 categories of the energy sector. Yeah, in 4 years, we've had about 1,300 applications from 88 countries, which is always very exciting. And every year we also publish a SET 100 list of the top 100 startups or applicants chosen by our high-level expert jury. Then, of course, there's the SET Tech Festival that happens annually. And there, I guess you can view it as a summit of all of our partners, all of our startups, and that happens in Berlin. And there, yeah, I guess startups get the opportunity to showcase their innovations. Investors can meet startups, corporates can also demonstrate their programs, and yeah, I guess it's the physical platform of the SET Award. And then lastly, and why we're here today, is our SET network. So that is comprised of corporates, investors, startups, government entities. And what we've been doing for 4 years is basically doing this kind of, you know, in reality, connecting via email, hosting physical events to connect startups with relevant partners. And then we thought, okay, let's digitalize it, let's get it online. And so that's why we partnered with our friends at InnoLoft to create this platform for you. And yeah, with that, I'm going to pass it on to Sven, who will actually give you the demo and show you, you know, all the cool features about it, and why you know, it can really benefit you. So yeah, Sven, I'm just going to yeah, leave the screen here and just let me know when to switch slides.
All right. Yeah, thank you a lot for the introduction, Alex. So also from my side, welcome to everyone who joined us today from all over the world, which is really, really nice. I want to give just some rough overview about InnoLoft, the SET platform, and the system in general. And then afterwards, main part, of course, should be like that we really go into the platform, and I will show you around with all the functions and features that the platform has in place already, but which of course will also be improved in the next weeks and months. And also depending on the feedback that we get from you guys, we are also looking forward to develop it further with SET. So yeah, Alex, if you can maybe switch to the next slide. So just in general, what is the in-loved ecosystem? It's a two-sided market, meaning it's a digital platform where we have two sides that we try to help with different features. So on the one hand, we have solution providers, a lot of startups, but also like innovative SMEs or corporates. They use the platform to find customers, partners, or investors, meaning we help them with lead generation and partner acquisition. Currently in the network, there are more than 2,500 startups registered using the platform. On the other side, we call it solution seekers. So it can mainly, of course, be then established corporates, established companies that use the platform for innovation scouting and for acquiring business partners. Together with SET, we have now enlarged the network and the system, but based on the technology that we have. On the next slide, you can see what kind of data the platform, data and content the platform has for you. So of course, we introduce startups with all their products and solutions, but also from innovation ideas. We had the focus that's really on the slide in the DACH region, as we are ourselves a German startup, a later stage startup, but also together with our partners, especially SET now, we want to grow also international. So that's really cool also for us. We have startups on the one hand, then you can find like news, so normal posts that you can self-publish on the platform just to introduce new products or to tell the market what you have developed and what kind of corporations you started. We have requests, which I will go deeper into afterwards, where you can offer or look for partners, and I will show you afterwards how this works. And of course, then you can find a lot of new technologies and you can find new business models, and these information are especially also interesting then for established companies that want to enlarge their existing product portfolio, often in the case in a cooperation with a startup. So yeah, this whole system now, as I already said, we transferred it to the SET network platform as well. And then now building up together with Dina and with SET the worldwide matching platform. So this is also what we can see there on the next slide. When we now go a bit farther into the SET network, we have designed the platform that it helps three parts. So I already talked about startups. So this stays the same. Yeah, you can find customers, partners, and the new thing now, investors, which is definitely also quite nice, as there are a lot of investors in the SET network as well. They're looking for cool investment opportunities. Then of course we can use the whole SET network to communicate your solutions to the market. As you know, from SET and also Dana, there are so many companies that are in the SET network, and SET just say, hey, we can use this network also to help all of you startup guys to communicate your solutions to the market worldwide, and this is done now via the platform. For investors, they got the chance now to get an overview of existing startups in the energy sector, as well as already see which startup is looking for investment at the moment. So they will find some funding requests from startups that give an overview of the current financial needs some startups have. And on the right side, of course, what I already told you at the beginning, there are a lot of corporates, and I will show you some examples afterwards as well, that look at the moment for innovative products, technologies, or just want to start a cooperation with startups. And here as well, with help of the set network. Now we try to leverage all these cooperation potential by matching potential partners on the platform. Yeah, and then next slide is already the live demo, and I think it's best just to really show what we have here. So I will share my screen. You should see now something already. I will start on the main page. So if you just type in the URL network.startup-energy-transition.com, which is the normal URL of the set program, and then you just put network before, but they also have the link on the page. You come to this landing page here. It basically explains what I explained before already. And here on the right side, you will see register. At the moment here, I have back to the platform. Let me change this quickly. It's because I'm already logged in. I will log out. And now, yes, this is how you should see the moment as well. So if you already have an account, you can just click here on login. If you want to register, you can just type in join for free. I will not go through the whole process, but feel free just now to do the same at the same time if you're not registered at the moment. How does it work? So we start actually with your business email address, meaning you put something in. I will do now something like this. And important now is that you use the domain of your startup or of your company or of your institute or of your VC company, whatever you have. So I will use now inlove.com and type it in. It takes a moment. Yeah, then he asks actually, what kind of organization type am I? Yeah, so you can choose between these 6 ones. So I am startup. Now, of course, if you are a company or institute, you should choose here something else. I take startup, and then he asks again a bit more precisely what stage am I in? Yeah, so let's say we are in the growth stage. So we click on continue and we wait. What happens now in the back is that he looks for already registered companies that belongs to this domain. Yeah? So we are able actually to link all of your team members to the same startup, to the same corporate, or to the same institute. So with our domain inlove.com, he is using, or he already knows, okay, I belong to the company Inlove GmbH, and I can just choose this one now. If it's not the right company, sometimes it happens, for example, if we go for a big corporate, let's go for Siemens. Yeah, they have different daughter companies or sub companies, so they can also choose actually the right sub company. And if you want to add your new company, you just click here on skip, and then you will go to the whole process with adding a new company. You can just click here, and then he just took already all the data that he has concerning our company. So I just need to type in my name quickly. Can I continue? I can choose the passport. You know this. From I'll probably mix it up now. No, nice, perfect. So I put here something in. Let's say I'm innovation manager, and then type of business. Yeah, we make here some suggestions here, like about also other users make suggestions. So from utility or automotive supplier, cable manufacturer. Also you can see what other users typed in here. Africa is definitely not right, but brand consulting, for example. So I would say I'm something like platform business. That makes sense. Perfect. All right. And then let's say I'm in technology development, and then I'm already done. I just type in my industry. So let's go here. I'm in IT industry, and I'm of course have my main area of interest in the area of energy. Now I'm done. I just agree my terms and terms and agreements and data policy, and then I just click on continue, and then you get a normal email where you can just confirm your email address. I will skip it here. because I do not want to have this test account in database. So I skipped it here and log in with my normal account. So now here I'm inside the network. It's basically built up like any other social network that you already know. Yeah, we know LinkedIn, Xing. I don't know how Instagram looks like, but for Twitter, it's also quite similar. Meaning here we have a feed at the beginning where we see the newest or the most fitting entries to my interest. Yeah, so we introduce here new startups that has, for example, registered on the platform. Yeah. We also show the newest corporation requests that users typed in. Yeah, we also show funding requests and all the data sets that we just talked about. You can see here in the feed. And then also you have some news to see whether there are, for example, some nice startup competitions. You know that Seth and Dana also in this network have a huge amount of potential partners that have challenges like regularly, so you will find them here. And of course, we have some interesting innovation news that are also published here by users of the platform. So this is the feed that summarizes up all the new content. And then on the left side here, you have different databases that you can use. I think one of the most important ones is definitely the members. So yeah, you see like all the members that already registered or that are part of the STAT network platform. You can filter them here by categories, and you can filter them here by organization type if you want. But yeah, here you can see who is part of the community. And then of course, if you want, you can just take the opportunity, click on the message button and get in contact with them. So this is how we can also want to link the network. On the left side here, second thing, marketplace. So here you can see like all the products that have been typed in, like I said, mainly by startups. Yeah, but here are different types of products that are here inserted. You can again use the filter category to go into each sector. It had different levels. So if we here, for example, start on the first area with, let's say, power generation. If I click here, yeah, I come to the lower level and have then here like conventional power generation, heat, solar, wind. And if I go to solar, I can choose between photovoltaics and thermal power. Let's choose photovoltaics. Yeah, and you go deep. If you want, you don't have to. You can just choose on any level. You can just choose the categories. Now choose PV components, and then you just submit, and then the filter here will adjust. Now I just have 85 products that fit the category PV components. Yeah, so this is the one part, products of the marketplace. The other part of the marketplace are the requests. So these are really like all live data where users said, I'm looking for someone. And how does it look like? Yeah, so at one we have here 700 requests on the platform. One example, I don't know whether you know them, but Provincial is a insurance, a German insurance, and let's just have a look what they are looking for. Our goal is the development and operation of an ecosystem which deals with the most important questions of real estate ownership in a holistic way. So if you have something that goes into the area of real estate, here can be a potential customer for you. Yeah, you can just hear solar energy and sustainability, yes, of course, and they're looking for ideas, nice. And the good thing now is, yeah, you don't have to call Provincial at some kind of general number. Yeah, you just see who is the one who's responsible for it. And you see here Joshua Küpper, business developer. So he is responsible in Provincial for making all these new corporations and innovations. And if you say, hey, this is something for me, I have something where I want to talk with you, you just click here in the chat button and you just write him and say, hey, Joshua, let's have a chat. I just realized that you look for something that I maybe can provide you with. So here again, if we go back into the marketplace, we will work a bit still on the performance, but it also can be my internet here. Perfect, here we are. So we have cooperation requests for investors, if there's some investors of you joining us here. We have funding requests, so where startups or companies look for financial support for money. Yeah. And we have also solution requests. So if someone needs a solution, so DigiHub in Aachen, for example, they want to find web crawling services. Solution request. Yeah, they want to have something for advertisement strategy. Let's see for yes, solution request. This one here, EMBW, you probably know because it's a very big company in the energy sector. Yeah, they want to do something in the area of network mobility. So let's go here again and see what do they look for. Yeah, the aim is to improve the quality of service in cities smaller than 200 inhabitants. So they look for business ideas in the area of mobility. Here they give some more information of what they want exactly. And if you say, hey, that can fit, and you want to get in contact with them, you just contact Jochen Haller, Innovation Manager from EMBW. So this is how it works. Just invite you to go through the marketplace really and see where can you help to the requests that people have. Another function that we have, so that you do not have to go every time into the marketplace and look for something, you can also just let the system match you to something. How does this work? So you have here the matching section, where we try to introduce you to potential business partners automatically. So if you look for customers, that's the tab for you. If you say, okay, you look for investors, cooperation partners, or even research partners, I will talk about this at last. Let's start here with the I'm looking for customers. So we add a product. Yeah, and I don't know, let's just say, hey, the new fancy energy management system, whatever, yeah, you just put your product name here. I don't have a product name. I just prepared a small text, because I'm not the fastest typer. Yeah, so you can just write a short description. Yeah, this is our new energy management system for prosumer households, which comes with an own white label app, correctly designed for completing a product for utilities, yeah, and so on and so on. You just describe what does the product do. Yeah, so we click on next. What you see here now, we have KI or an AI who is still in development phase, but depending on the text that you type in, it's already looking for the potential categories that you can choose. So this is why I said pre-selected categories. But of course, you can also now go through the tree or just use the filter section. So I will type in here energy management system, for example. Perfect. I choose this one, and maybe I delete the other ones that have been proposed here, but where I say, okay, maybe it's not really fitting. Let's go for this one. Yeah, perfect. Then I click on next. Yeah, and then he asked me for my target group. Yeah, I want to be in the B2B sector. I want to address companies. Perfect. Right. So then he asked me which industry I am targeting. Yeah, and so okay, I'll target energy industry. Next. Yeah, then he asked me for specific company types. Here again, now the question is, now I say, okay, my product, I want to address utilities, for example. So I type in here utilities, and I see, perfect, this was already selected, this one. And then, you know, which type of people do I want to address? You don't have to do it, you can also skip it, but let's say we just take this one here, perfect. And then we click on find match, and then we can see whether the platform already has a match for us or not. We are still improving it every day, and with having the user amount growing on the platform, there are hopefully going to be more matches in the future. But yeah, perfect. He found one match, Martin Richter from the SpinLab accelerator. I could now proceed here and make more, put more data in to get more matches. But let's just go with this one quickly here. So we click on this match, the matching overview will open, and then you can again contact Martin Richter. I'm sorry for my bad internet connection here. So here's our product, and let's try this again. Perfect, now it works. So I have here Martin Richter. I can now click here and have this personal profile. I get some information about him. And if I want, I can then just again message him and say, hey, Martin, we have been matched. Let's have a quick chat whether we can work together. So this is how it works. On the right side here, you get a database with news. You get a database with startups that are in the network already. Here also you see the labels, whether they have been part of the set lists in the last years. So set 2020, for example. Yeah, here we have some events, whether if some companies, for example, did like special challenges, you can take a look here. Sometimes there are also speed dating events, like on Tech Festival, for example. And maybe just one last thing, we also have here like some partners that are part of the network. So if you want, at the moment, you can get like $5,000 ABS credits. If you are a startup, if this helps you, just feel free to get this 5,000 euro. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to invite other people, one other startup to the network, just as a hint if you are maybe using ABS. All right, so 3 minutes left before we start with our question round, but I think I'm just through it actually, through the main parts. If you have any questions afterwards, feel free. Maybe just one last thing. If you say, hey, English is maybe not my perfect language, you can also switch to German. Yeah, and we have not just the menus translated. We work together. I think we can also say it. We work together with DeepL. We have the DeepL API, and we also have a live translation of every user input that we do. I think it's really cool quality. The guys do a great job. So yeah, you can type in German or English, doesn't matter. The platform will translate everything to the other language so that everyone can read. Okay, I think let's use the other half an hour for discussion. Let's use the other half an hour for questions. And yeah, looking forward.
Cool. All right, well, thank you so much. That was very helpful, I think, for everyone, just to see how it works and how they can actually post requests, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so I have a few here. So, hi Sven, can you please give me more details about the current network on the platform, i.e. ratio of startups to investors and corporates?
Database. I switch to English again. And then we have here the organization type. And we see here we have 2,000 entries. Let's just select startups, and we have 1,100 startups. And we have 645 entry companies. We have 36 investors. And what else can we have? Research institutes, maybe? Let's check. Yeah, also. I hope this helps. So these are the numbers that we have at the moment, but you can just go here on members and use the filter, and then you can check yourself.
Thank you. Okay, I have also another one here. I guess this is also interesting. Do the messages sent in the message on the messenger in the platform also transfer to email? So in case somebody doesn't check the platform regularly, as is the case with me and LinkedIn, for instance?
Yeah, they get a notification by email.
Okay.
So if there's a message, the other one gets a notification that there's a message for him, and then he can log into the platforms that he can then answer. Okay.
Cool. Next question. So how many matches have been successfully made yet? And I mean, it's a big question, but I guess, yeah, if you can also share some, I guess, success stories, or if you have any that you can publicly share.
Yeah, we can definitely. So first of all, I just want to say also from data security, so what we don't know and also what Dana doesn't know is actually who is talking with whom. Yeah, so we just propose the matches, but what we of course do not do is actually track who's having conversation with each other, and what we of course also cannot check, cannot read the message. Yeah, so that's maybe just as one important point at the beginning. We do not have access to any of these messages, and we work here also with a third-party supplier, so no one of Dina or us can access the content here. Important, but what we can say actually are like the success stories that we get, and sometimes we also are mentioned then afterwards on the products. I will show you one thing that is very cool success, which was with the utility of Oberhausen, which is a city in Germany, western part of Germany, and they cooperate with the startup Kumpan, and they cooperate also with the startup Wunderfleet, and they started this sharing here, for example, in Oberhausen and in Essen. As you know the system, but this here, for example, is a project that has been built up on our network, meaning, so here we also mentioned as a partner, and it's nice. So this one was, for example, established by one of the matchmakings that we have as one example. The same thing, and we have it also in another city. You have it in Krefeld. Let's check out this one here quickly. Yeah, perfect. So same thing actually. This one was also done by Innenloft. And we also have like big corporates that use the network and ask for cooperation partners here. For example, Metro. You know, probably as they work in this food sector. And what they did as well, they looked for startups that helped them, for example, to raise the energy efficiency of their stores. And they also have a pilot project now with the startup NRIQ, and they have a pilot store in Hamburg that they now adjusted with the technology of the startup. And they have a really, really nice reduction of energy consumption in the store. So this one, for example, also a match. This was based on the system. Maybe just as a few examples to answer the question.
And yeah, I guess also maybe interesting for everybody to know. So we also host, or you host, startup speed dating. So kind of events and such on top of the platform. Can you maybe talk a little bit more about that? So how does that integrate back into the set platform here? Yeah.
Yeah, so we have this speeding events on different partner organizations. So let's see here. Yes, yeah, one of course are the matchmakings that Dana, for example, is organized on their own events. So there's every course at least until this year, there was the Dana Tech Festival always in April, and we had the Dana Congress always in August, where it is a matchmaking format. Let's cross our fingers that we have it next year again. I'm looking forward to it already, but we use the same system, meaning you don't have to register for the matchmaking formats again. You just use your account and you use your products and you use your requests And the system then just calculates who is a match that also is attending the event. And then you have the normal, let's see whether it's still online here. Yes, you have the normal overview. This one, for example, was at on the 15th of November in 2019. That was my matching results. Yeah, so on the Dena Energy Congress, I met with these guys here. Yeah, and so he was just calculating what is the best match, and then he said, okay, go to table 1 at 14:20, and you can meet with the Deutsche Handelskammer, for example. Yeah, so this is how it works together. Also, what we have here, yeah, there are also other events, not just from Dena, but also other partners. You probably will also know European Utility Week, for example. Also last year, there have been also a nice startup speed dating. So yeah, this hopefully answers the question already.
Definitely. Thank you. We also have another one, but I guess it's related to more broadly different sectors. So the question is, as for startups from different sectors outside of energy industries, such as construction or agriculture, how valuable is it to join the platform? I assume there are also investors, accelerators, companies interested in other sectors.
Yeah. Yeah, so at the moment we have chosen the categories that are closely related to the SET award. So for the SET award, you know that have been those main categories that Dena has chosen there, which is energy, which is smart city, and which is mobility. So we've chosen these categories at the moment. To enlarge this, I think I have to give this question to Dena, or maybe to you, Alex. At the moment, we just focus actually on these four categories that Dena has chosen for the TED Award.
I think it's also interesting to point out, right, that this is, so our platform is it's sitting on the broader InnoLoft platform, right, where you do have other sectors and that startups can get connected. Can you maybe mention that a little bit, so that if they're cross energy sector / IT or construction, etc.?
Yeah, so yes, that's completely true. You can access other sectors on our main platform, so inloft.com. So if you're not, if you have a product that is not in the SET network, you can use inloft.com and you can insert your product there. As both platforms are connected, if you have a product that fits the SET categories, it doesn't matter which platform you're using, because same matches that you get on InnoLoft, we will also show them here on the SET network. So even if a user is not part of the SET network, the SET network will also communicate you the matches from the broader ecosystem. That means you do not have to use both platforms, actually. You can just stay here on the SET platform, and we will put all messages and all matches that you get also to the SET network. But yes, if you want to type something in that doesn't fit these categories, you can use innoLoft.com if you want. Great.
Okay, I think that was all of our questions. We're 5 minutes early, but I think it's still nice people can have their lunch. Yeah, well, anyways, first of all, yeah, a big thank you, Sven, for the demo and for showing how it works. And I mean, it's a really good tool. It's really helpful, I think, for companies like ours that do the matchmaking anyways, but you know, we do it in a more kind of I would say grassroots style of emailing and calling and things like this. So this obviously is of a big help. And for everybody that's tuned in today, I hope this was helpful. Again, we are always happy to answer questions. And so we will post again, maybe Tahari can post my email again and Sven's. If you have any questions for us, for Sven, more about the platform, for me about usage and how we can talk about the energy sector and this platform specifically, and if we can do anything else. let us know. And then, of course, lastly, I just want to reiterate again that next week we will be sharing more info about our set week in October, the save the dates, the formats we have planned, and yeah, it's not the physical tech festival, but it will be just as amazing, if not better. So yeah, please stay tuned, and of course register on the platform. And yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, Sven, thank you again so much.
Thank you as well. Thanks for joining. And if you have any questions, just address me. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.